Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Okay, I know this is a very, very weird setup, but
This
we
is
are
this is
trying.
my like high tech jerry rigging it all together
Oh,
with like gum and string and stuff to make it work. Okay.
well. This might not be the most aesthetic video that we ever do, but I think we can concentrate on something else, the beauty of the music, okay? And hopefully some interesting and intellectual thoughts that we have. So we are back. We are going to do our song by song review. Like, I think this is like the third BTS album that we're doing like this already.
Yeah, because the first one we did was Tear, right? No,
Yeah,
it
the
must be
first.
the fourth technically. But although we didn't really do song by song for Answer, I don't think we even did it, did we?
Yeah. Because usually what we do is we just do the new songs, isn't it? Because like even in here we have. Oh, I can't pronounce this French title again. Like
Jamais vu. Is it
jamais
that
vu.
one?
Okay, there you go. There you go. Like I struggled the last time, and it's still there. It's haunting me. Anyway, so we're only gonna do the new songs, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, and the first one we are going to start with is actually the sixth song already on the album, right? Okay, yes, it is.
So
It's Black
it's yeah.
Swan. No,
Interlude Shadow.
Interlude Shadow. Okay, so BTS Sugar It's a Soul Song. So let's count 1, 2, 3. Okay, right?
Let's do that.
One,
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Shadow.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. No
Apologies
good
for the
back.
weird setup. So we're like on Sugar's shoulders, basically,
Are we?
from this picture.
Okay, listening. Oh, I actually really like this. I really, really like this. It gives you like this 360 sound. Ugh. It's 5 minutes of melancholy.
Just turning mine up.
Aren't we all? Woo!
He wants to be everything.
I think this rhythm is really, really good. It just pulls you in without being very aggressive.
It's kind of like chill but melancholy.
How lonely it is up there. Okay, I'm totally feeling this. I'm totally feeling this.
I'm
The
glad.
track is good, you see. So he could rap basically anything over it. Don't let me shout. Okay. Huh, this is interesting.
So I guess it's about not being happy with what you ended up with. Maybe.
Yeah. But this is the new part, you see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Stop whining. Huh, pretty harsh on himself. Oh, electric guitar in the background. New addition. I love electric guitars. He's tackling every genre. I want to be a classical music star. Actually, when I first saw this, I was shocked. Oh my god. These sounds in the background are very interesting.
It's so moody.
It is very, very... Okay, so closing it now, so stopping it.
Don't know what happened here.
Yeah, it's basically like this wonderful person who does all these translations. Actually, the person who owns the channel, like, I think I saw a joke about it, like, this team of people who are doing these are so fast that somebody, I think, commented that, sometimes I worry that these translations will be out earlier than the actual song, because they're just like so fast. But anyway, so they are adding like sometimes a song that they recommend at the end of these videos. So that's what.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, so what are we thinking?
It's not for me.
Yeah.
It's 100% not for me.
Important thing to say before we start this journey, that actually we should have stated this at the very beginning, and I might actually edit it in a way that it will be in the beginning. That I think the challenge for us during this recording is that during the journey that we've been watching BTS stuff, I think we kind of ended up at two ends of the scale, isn't it? Because I since then went to present at a BTS conference, and I'm researching BTS very seriously, and like this notebook is full of conference notes. So I've been going in so deep that I'm way too emotionally attached sometimes to form an opinion, isn't it? While Ben, you are on the outside now as a K-pop fan, but you're on the outside now to say, how an average listener could.
I don't think I'm an average listener though, because like I don't like that much stuff at the moment.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, how trends come and go. But in general, so it's not really good stuff. So I think the challenge for us is that you have to find things that you like, and I have to find things that I don't like. I think this is a fair assessment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to find things that I don't like that much, okay? But I might start with stuff that I like.
I mean, we can still do both, but like, the challenge.
Yeah, that's the challenge, I think, for us in this series. Okay, first of all, like the extra edition, the second verse, I think it was nice. It was interesting. It kind of repeated similar topics from compared to the first verse, so it wasn't like brand new in terms of feel. It didn't bring in anything new. You know what I find interesting? That I think the auto-tune is something that recently SUGA uses a bit too much for my taste.
I agree 100%.
And I don't necessarily see it. Why? Because, for example, at Seesaw, remember Seesaw?
Yeah.
That was perfectly done.
That's a good game.
And I think I don't necessarily get it why it needs so much auto-tune. I think there's a song later in the album which is just for my taste is very overdone. But I think with this one, this overdone auto-tune kind of worked towards the end, and because it was almost pushing it very far, kind of depicting this madness. I felt that somebody's closed in a room or in a cage or something, and just like running from one wall to the other, and just like trying to get out. And this kind of high pitched sounds in the middle, really gave to the fact. So I think it kind of worked. But generally, sometimes I think it gets a bit too much for my taste. But at the same time, I really loved the switch in the beginning when I first saw the original video. So yeah, that was my take on it.
I totally got what he was going for with that auto-tuney, squeaky bit, but I just really don't like the effect.
Mhm.
Like, it makes sense why he goes for it, because it's a very, like, emotionally hype part of the song,
Yeah.
where he's, like, talking about this other him trying to get
Mhm.
out or whatever, but, like, I'm just not here for that as a listener.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
think
want
it's
things that sound nice, and that doesn't sound nice.
you know what's the tricky thing as well with autotune? I think, it can sound interesting and it can sound cool if you have good earphones. But if it's
Mm.
like, like an average earphone, not really a good quality, luckily, recently, especially people who are into music, they are getting better and better headphones. But you get what I mean? I think autotune is one of those things that can sound very bad if you have like an average earphone. Just imagine something on a flight, for example.
I
Like
feel like
those
it
are
goes both ways
horrific.
though,
You
because
think
like
so?
when you have very good headphones, you can hear stuff more clearly,
Yeah.
and then when you hear the autotune more clearly and it's really like ham-fisted, it doesn't really, it makes it sound even worse sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One thing
Like
that
I
I
think
was,
that's probably the song that you're thinking
yeah.
of later in the album. I think I'm probably
Mhm.
thinking of the same one, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
probably we do think about the same one. What there was one sound that I actually was surprised by, and I didn't notice it when I was watching the music video, which was it was almost like somebody, when they are scratching their nails on a board or like chalks on a board in a
Hmm.
school. Remember that sound? I almost heard something like that in the background. I don't know what it
Okay.
was, some sort of electronic sounds, but I was just like, oh my God, like this is literally somebody carving. How many days do I have left like in a painted wall, and then just like with nails? Like
Oof.
this is the kind of sound that I got. I think it was towards the end, and I was quite surprised by that. I think it's one of those things that I really, really love these days. The deconstructed videos on like deconstructed K-pop songs. When you hear all the backing vocals and
When they
stuff,
look at all the layers.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a weird listening experience, but sometimes it reveals all these things. But usually they do it for vocals, not really for sounds like this, right?
Unless you get the ones with the actual producers like Ildi and Noise do, and like you
Oh
hear
yeah,
random little noises that you didn't even notice in the middle of their songs that they talk about. But
absolutely.
yeah.
I do wonder sometimes with these songs that, like, how many layers do they have? Like, probably
Oh,
their
hundreds.
like their screen is so cramped. Like,
Must take an enormous amount of processing power to deal with all these layers.
yeah, absolutely. Probably they have like 6 different computers, and it starts from like
A
from
giant full tower.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't
Because
be surprised.
you cannot fit things into the screen. To be fair, I would be very interested. How I would like to hear this song? It's kind of, do you know Jacob Collier?
He sounds familiar, but I can't
Jacob
think where
Collier is a
from.
British guy, and he's one of those people that like is just so weirdly charming that it's easy to really really like him. So the guy basically started on YouTube, but he's like a jazz prodigy genius.
Oh, he's a pianist, isn't he? Right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So like
Yeah,
the
I've
one
seen a video with him.
who got picked up by Quincy Jones, and now he won like 3 Grammys this year or something. And he basically reconstructs songs and adds like different harmonies, but he used to experiment with sounds as well. So like he was picking up like, I don't know, pens and all sorts of different stuff and just like do stuff like this. And I was like, you know what, that would be interesting if, Jacob Collier would touch, some of Suga's I'm going crazy type of songs. That would be an interesting take, But I love Jacob Collier. I think he's one of my, favorites in terms of like the modern jazz people. But anyway, so that was an interesting experience. But I think the overall message is very SUGA, and it kind of fits the whole shadow thing. So I think if in terms of like getting a brief of write something about shadow in Jung's theory, I think it was pretty much nailed. It was done well, I would say. Yeah.
It does what it wants to do, but I don't enjoy what it wants to do.
Yeah, you're not
Personally.
sold on it.
Yeah.
Fair, absolutely fair. Okay, well, this was the first song, so I think we should go to the next one.